Fishermen have been driven into deeper waters in order to harvest sea sponges living on the coral reef. This is because the sea sponge is being forced into deeper waters by a disease that locals believe is linked to pollution and global warming. The natural sea sponges are biodegradable and commonly used in body washing. CGTN's Adnan Shuashi explains why the high-risk trade has continued for decades.
Many boats are at rest at the port of the southern fishing town of Zerzis in Tunisia. Fishermen say the quantity of sea sponge has decreased by 70%. Only 4 years ago, 40 boats used to harvest sea sponge in this region. Now only 14 are still in the business.
This is due to the catastrophe of the mysterious blight which killed the crop. Fishermen can no longer work on the Tunisian coast. We harvest sea sponge in international waters, 30 miles off the Italian coast, where it's legal. Sea sponge is rare on our side of the Mediterranean.
Kamel learned sea sponge harvesting from his ancestors. Now he exports his harvest to Europe and Asia. The fisherman says the price of some sponge species can reach $200. However, rising sea temperature is causing damage to his activity.
The boat leaves the port of Zarzis and crosses 280 miles to harvest the elephant ear sponge. We spend 2 days at large to reach the right location. We plunge between 50 and 60 meters because the sponge lives in cold water. Global warming affects sea temperatures and decimates the crop. It's a risky job.
A scientific team from the National Institute of Marine Sciences and Technologies in the capital city Tunis has been trying to answer the questions of fishermen. A study has recently been conducted in Zerzis, as well as in the islands of Jerba and Qarqna. Karim Ben Mostafa is one of the leading sea sponge experts in the Mediterranean basin. He says recent findings have moved the research team a step closer to unraveling the mysteries of this powerful disease and the sponge mass mortalities.
This is mainly due to the absence of thermocline, which is normally present in seawater. It's a temperature barrier which protects the sea sponges by keeping a constant temperature. Warming water temperatures modify the metabolism and physiology of sponge communities. It makes them fragile to viruses and fungi, while their immunity is weak.
The sea sponge harvesting season lasts 10 months. It's a seasonal sea activity from June until the end of April, but fishermen can only work for 3 to 5 months per season. They hope that sponge mass mortalities will stop in order to preserve their ancestral marine activity. Adnan Shuashi, CGTN, Tunis.